Hi y'all, I'm Ashton. I'm a student ambassador alum from Texas, and I'm here to tell you about an amazing 2.5-week adventure. Think, 19 days, 3 countries, and one awesome moment after another. Welcome to your Exploring Europe program. All roads lead to Rome, so that's where our journey begins. Just walking down the streets in Rome, you can see and touch ancient history and amazing art. This beauty is just a part of everyday life in Rome. Trek up the Spanish Steps and don't forget to throw a coin into the Trevi Fountain. The legend is that if you do, you'll come back to Rome someday. Then, bonus, you'll enter a whole other country tucked inside Rome's city limits, Vatican City. The Vatican may be the world's smallest nation, but as the headquarters of the worldwide Catholic Church, it's a pretty powerful one. St. Peter's Basilica is a massive cathedral where the Pope performs Mass several times a year. Take in the unbelievable art of the Sistine Chapel. Michelangelo painted more than 300 figures on the ceiling, each with its own expressive features. Naturally, when in Rome, you'll do as the ancient Romans did, gather in Colosseum and the Forum. In the Colosseum, you can't help but think about all that happened on its stage. Chariot races, wild animal safaris, or the real extreme sports of the day, the deadly gladiator contests. Later, explore the infamous city of Pompeii. If you're like me, you'll get chills walking through the ruins of these homes, stores, and streets where 2,000 people were just going about their business when Mount Vesuvius erupted 2,000 years ago. Then hike on Vesuvius itself. You won't believe it's the same mountain that caused such destruction. Then for your last stop in Italy, take Shakespeare's advice and get thee to a nunnery, or possibly a monastery. A priest, monk, or nun will give you a glimpse into their community and their lives of service. Another unique people-to-people moment. Now it's time for one of the most exciting parts of your journey. Our next stop is the town of Assisi, where you can learn exactly what it means to face your fears full-on. Full-on is a one-of-a-kind experience that people-to-people designed just for student ambassadors. And wow, how can I describe it? It's thrilling, empowering, encouraging, life-changing, and for a few moments, incredibly scary. I'm kind of an adrenaline junkie who's up for anything, but even I was nervous at first. I mean, we're talking about rappelling down a 100-foot castle tower here.
Everybody's great. They were clapping and they're like, you can do it, you're gonna be safe. And it felt great to know that they were behind me and that they were supporting me the whole way.
Although you won't want to leave your full-on experience behind, some great tasting food at your next stop will make it a lot easier. Watch a pizza making demonstration at a local trattoria or farm. Then try your own hand at making authentic Italian pizza.
It was wonderful. It was delicious.
Then it's off to Pisa! Italians spent nearly 200 years building the Leaning Tower of Pisa, and they spent the 6th century since then trying to keep it up. It's only right that the tower stands on the Square of Miracles. Then fast forward to Florence. Florence is the birthplace of the Renaissance, home to high art and high fashion for centuries. You'll have the chance to see the famous Ponte Vecchio bridge, nicknamed the Bridge of Gold because since medieval times, gold and jewelry vendors had sold their wares. The Florentines have always known how to shop. You'll also see Florence's well-known Duomo rising up from the orange-tiled roofs surrounding it. But the beauty of Florence isn't only in its architecture. During your time at the Accademia Gallery, you'll see a 500-year-old wonder, Michelangelo's 14-foot tall statue of David. One of the most unique things about people-to-people ambassador programs is the chance to make real connections with people from other cultures. One of the best ways for you to truly connect with people across the globe is through the homestay. Don't worry, it's normal to be a little nervous about staying with a new family in a foreign country. And soon, you may be surprised to find that your homestay is one of your favorite memories. You'll gain a whole new family and learn that the things that are really important to you, like your family, your community, and making the world a better place, those same things are important to people in other countries too. Enjoy a very special stop in Verona to visit Juliet's balcony. Shakespeare's famous couple is fictional, but the Capello family that owned this building may have provided the basis for the fabled Capulets. And a balcony by any other name simply couldn't inspire romantics from around the world to post their love notes all over their courtyard. You'll have a chance to get to know Italians of the present day when you meet up with the local student group. Practice a few Italian phrases, share some bands or movies you might have in common, and have a great time making new friends. I was surprised how easily we could communicate. A lot of the students spoke some English, and they had some funny ideas about Americans too, like thinking we all wore cowboy boots. Milan has long been known for its creative flair in architecture, art, and of course, fashion. Spend some time shopping in one of Europe's most famous malls, the the Galleria Vittorio Emanuele, to understand why this city is a mecca for fashion fans everywhere. You'll also walk across the historic main square, the Piazza del Duomo, and gaze up at the world's famous Gothic cathedral, Milan's Duomo. Both are spectacular. Finally, go backstage at the Scala Opera House for a guided behind-the-scenes look. For opera singers, performing on the Scala stage is the ultimate proof that you made it, so you know this theater puts on a terrific show. Journey on to beautiful Venice next. In Venice, ride through the narrow canals and under bridges on one of the city's most famous gondolas. Venice is also famous for glass blowing. You'll get to see a live demonstration of Murano glass blowing, an art that began in the 10th century.
The oven goes by Newton gas, 1,200 degrees. Slowly the glass is taking shape in the top part. Good. Now the handle. As you see, pull the glass. You can do it by yourself. We need a young artist. Grazie, maestro.
Now it's off to one of the world's most beautiful cities, Paris. You'll see the sights that make Paris one of the world's most inspiring cities. The high fashions of the Champs-Élysées, the elegant Arc de Triomphe, and the amazing stained glass windows of the Notre Dame Cathedral. Picture it, from the moment you set foot in Paris, you'll be in places you've only read about or seen on TV. One of the best parts will come when you browse the artsy Montmartre district and see the works of French artists in his own workshop and gallery. Paris fed the talents of countless artists including Monet, Picasso, and Van Gogh. While you're in Paris, stop to explore one of the most luxurious palaces in the world. The Château de Versailles represents the height of the French king's power and excess. The French Revolution changed all of that. You'll also get to try some of the foods France is famous for, like quiche, crepes, and escargot. Of course, there are two more must-dos before you leave Paris. Number one is, you guessed it, the Eiffel Tower. 2 elevators will carry you 900 feet to the top of the famed tower, and the views are something you have to see to believe.
I'm on top of the Eiffel Tower, and this is a life-changing experience. And I've always dreamed that I would be here once, so it's pretty awesome.
Then, for number 2, go hit the Louvre to see the Mona Lisa and the Venus de Milo, and Queen Victory, and a whole lot more. That's because the Louvre is one of the most important and enormous art collections in the world. Your journey will take on a more serious tone on the beaches at Normandy, site of the D-Day invasion. Here you'll have 2 opportunities that simply aren't offered to other guests. For one, you'll meet and talk with a surviving witness to World War II, who will explain how the French people held out hope for an end to Nazi occupation. At the Normandy American Cemetery, the final resting place of almost 10,000 young soldiers, you'll also have a unique chance to honor the fallen with a quiet ceremony. These visits can really give you a better understanding of why someone like President Eisenhower would be so dedicated to building a peaceful future after seeing so much human loss during his own World War II service in Europe. The local mayor will even join you to offer an official welcome. It's an exclusive opportunity that will give you an idea of how important you are as an ambassador of peace and friendship. After an overnight ferry ride, we're off to the homeland of Harry Potter and David Beckham. It's jolly old England, and we'll start off in its capital, London. Experience the colorful changing of the guard ceremony at the gates of Buckingham Palace. Step into the famed Westminster Abbey and listen to the chimes of Big Ben telling you you've made it to London. What better way to see it than from the enormous Ferris wheel known as the London Eye? You'll have a bird's eye view of the urban skyline from almost 500 feet above the sidewalk. While in London, you'll have an opportunity that's only available to student ambassadors, meeting an active or former member of Parliament.
Well, a very great welcome to people, and especially to be able to welcome you here to the Palace of Westminster, where the House of Commons and the House of Lords sit in this historic place. We're delighted to be able to greet you once again.
For a country that's technically a monarchy, complete with handsome princes, it's amazing how similar our governments actually are. It was monarchs who once sentenced prisoners to the Tower of London. You'll explore the gruesome torture devices used on prisoners more than 4 centuries ago. Just imagine, next summer you could be seeing gorgeous art and seeing history come to life before your eyes. I actually have a new perspective of the world, of other people, even of myself, because of this program. I worked really hard to earn money to get there, I babysat, mowed lawns, held garage sales, and even sewed custom pillowcases. But I didn't give up. I made it, and it was all worth it. I've been inside other cultures. I've learned that I'm more capable than I believed, and I have new friends on the other side of the globe. I feel like I understand so much more, and I'm excited to keep learning about the world. It's your time now. Take that first step. Open up your mind and get ready for the world.